Hey, do you guys know anything about indoor plants at all?
Yeah,
Yes,
kill
sir.
him.
All right. So the other day, I was outside smoking on next to my car, and this drunk guy who lives in the next door building comes up to me, and he's like, "Hey man, you're just out here waiting for the wife to pick up the wife when she gets off the bus," which was confusing to me because the bus stop was just right there, and she could just walk back. But whatever. And he's like, "You need any indoor plants?" And I was actually in my head, I was like, I'm actually trying to rearrange my apartment a little bit, get it all clean and tidy, hang up some pictures. And he was very insistent on trying to sell me these indoor plants. So I was just like, all right. He's like, "Oh, come to my apartment." And so then we walk over to his building, and he lights a cigarette outside the building, but then just walks downstairs into the lobby and then into his apartment. And when I was expecting the
Brody.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm like, "You sure you want to go in there with a lit cigarette?" And he's like, "Oh no, I've been here long enough. They let me do it."
They
I was
let
like,
me.
"All
I'm
right."
allowed.
More like they stopped telling me not to because I'm fucking annoying.
No one wants to approach me
But,
anymore.
We all know people like that.
But and so I'm expecting the worst going into his apartment. But we get in there, and it's a very nice, well-kept apartment. He has all these dream catchers that he bought in Mexico. He's like, "Oh, I paid $400 for that one." But he had these plants there, and I figured the guy really needed the money because he also asked me to bum a cigarette. So I saw 3 of the plants I liked, and he's like, "All right, what would you give me them for it?" And I kind of panicked because I don't know anything about houseplants, and I didn't want to lowball him and insult him with how cheap because I just didn't know. So I was just it was one big plant and then these 2 matching ones, and I don't even know what they are, and I don't know how much they're worth, but I offered him $80, and he was like, "Yes," instantly, and I was like, "Fuck! I think I offered him too much there." I panicked, so now I gotta fucking pay this guy $80 when I check to get deposited tomorrow. And then I
Chad
got
just
some
did
houseplants.
the Chinese seeds in the envelope thing, but cut out the middleman. The guy already planted the shit.
You're about to buy poison oak from this guy. He spent $80.
I would have to see the plants.
Yeah, Alex actually knows the plants, but that's such a funny interaction. You got NPC.
Dude, he literally... he's like, "I'm gonna go find somebody and bring them back to my apartment and sell them these plants because I need money." And
so
I was the first guy he saw, and it fucking worked. I fucking paid way too much for
I
these
hope it wasn't a
plants.
snake plant.
Luckily,
or a pothos.
Luckily, he only wanted to sell you plants and not kill you. Because you went
into that guy's
with
house.
him real quick.
I know. I'm while I'm following him, I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing?" But
Bro, especially in Denver, where everyone's got altitude crazy sickness right now.
dude,
It's echoes of the Adam Friedland Michael Jackson house story. Where he followed that guy into his house and he had a shrine to Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Oh god, it reminds me of the Boogie Nights scene where the kid's just lighting firecrackers in the corner the whole time while they're trying to buy drugs or whatever.
Yeah, you trusted him, but he paid off because now you're about to buy some plants for $80.
Overpaying plants that I'm gonna forget to water, and they're gonna die in 3 weeks because I'm fucking stupid.
Well, it might be good. It depending. Yeah. The worst case scenario is that you get fungus gnats or thrips or those little red guys on the plant, and then they're introduced into your apartment. That would be worth negative $80 to me.
Yes, yeah,
true.
I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but
we'll
see.
What's cool though? Those aren't bed bugs. That's cool.
Well, unless you put the plant in your bed. And
did he sell you a mattress?
No.
What else?
Or maybe a trash bag of dirty clothes?
The plants actually came free with a mattress Chet bought for $80.
This guy's gonna see you all the time now and try to sell you shit.
I know.
You are his mark.
I fucked up.
You're gonna have to.
I fucked
You're gonna have
up.
to shave. You're gonna have to shave and get a ninja haircut and dye your hair blue.
Yeah, right. Hey man. No.
Well, then he's gonna think you have more money because you're ninja.
Hey, ninja.
Watch your screen.
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. I'm just visiting Denver. See you later.
I got this great gaming keyboard I'm gonna sell you, and it's like an IBM Model M keyboard, but with the the keys painted rainbow with crayon.
I would straight up buy one of those. The old Dell Inspiron, just flat black keyboards with the perfect click sounds. Those were the best. Yep. The ones that were in every high school. Yep. I would steal those and the Dell optical mice from the schools I worked at all the time. Hundreds of dollars worth.
Hell yeah.
So if anyone wants to prosecute me on that, I believe it's past the statute of limitations now. So good luck.
Well, you stole it.
You could probably get those for $5 on eBay.
I still have one of those mice that works. I just don't use it.
I want to go back and talk about him smoking the cigarette, walking in and being like, "No, I'm good. I'm
we're like
so
walking.
cool.
Right, we're like 5 steps away from the door to the building, and that's where he lights it. And yeah, I literally stop him like, hey, because I know I'm like at that point I'm like, all right, I gotta say something. This guy's fucking hammered. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hey, you got a lit cigarette, man? You sure you want to go down there? Because like at my building, we've been getting fucking emails. Some prick just moved into the building and is bitching about people smoking near the door. So now I see me and a bunch of other grumpy people have to like walk out and lean against our cars to smoke. So we've been going through all this fucking shit because of this one person. And then if I go to the building next door, this guy just fucking walks into the building with a lit cigarette, probably does it constantly, and no one... Yeah.
You need to move to the other building, obviously.
You should move in with him. Yeah. He's lonely.
I have the pool. My building's got the pool between it. So.
Chet, what if this guy has billions of dollars and he wants a roommate?
Oh, he's got a wife, though. I'm not trying to be a thruple.
Wives
you don't have to be a thruple. Yeah, you get your own room. They get their own room.
No, they actually have.
Did he offer her to you when you were there?
No, but I
name your price.
$80.
You want her? You can take her home.
He actually has these buildings are all just one bedroom, so we actually had the same layout in the kitchen and everything. But I was actually glad that I went in there and it was nicely set up because it gave me some ideas because I actually don't like the layout that I have currently in my apartment. I don't think I'm optimizing the space properly. So I got some ideas with what they were doing. I just have to figure out where my desk will go. But so yeah, if the plants turn out to not have any bugs in them and I remember to water them, between that, the guy obviously needs money, so maybe I overpaid a little bit, but it's not gonna break me.
If the plants do have bugs, but you forget to water them, the bugs will die.
That's true. That's the one surefire way to get rid of fungus gnats.
I could get a lizard too, if there are bugs.
That guy may have one.
Let's keep the plants alive.
You should go over there right now and knock on the door and ask him, do you have any frogs? Do you have any frogs you can sell me? In case there are bugs.
Chet's credit, though.
He'll be like, come back in 2 hours.
He kept the dog alive for a very long time.
That's true.
He is a proven... But I will say dogs are easier to keep alive than plants. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and a small dog, oh, my God.
Well, a dog's going to tell you when it's hungry. A plant won't tell you when it's hungry.
You know how dogs are resilient? I know dogs are resilient. You can go to any fucking disgusting industrial wasteland part of this world, and there's one thing that's running around, and it's a fucking pack of dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, that's the reason why they're so popular in Russia, because cats don't last through the winters there in a lot of the areas. You don't have pet cats. It's too cold. Way up there. Lake Baikal area. Pretty sweet.
Did I tell you guys what I'm going to do?
That's where palace cats live.
True. They have those that live out in the woods, but imagine domesticating one of those, but like it's just still feral in your house.
It would get so mad. But they have so much fur.
They already look so mad.
They have
they do.
Probably if you tried to give them a bath, they would be like when you give a Pomeranian or a Chihuahua a bath.
They look so weird.
And it's like 2 inches wide.
I hate that.
We used to do that. Our older cat, we'd have to wash her occasionally because she wouldn't take care of herself because it would hurt. And we'd have to clean her, and like she was kind of fluffy, and then as soon as we give her a bath, she's just skin and bone.
Pathetic.
Yeah. It's so sad, and she would just
alien. Dude, I'm so jealous. Like that. I'm jealous of anybody whose cats like swimming because it is a thing. It's so crazy.
You have to introduce him to it early, I think.
Yeah, I think my other one's young enough right now that he would still like it because he's so playful and stuff. And he's not scared of anything.
I think Maine Coons love water.
He was one that was found in like the garbage can by a crack house with his head split open. And now he's just like, I'm okay. He only has a little bit tiny scar on the top of his head. You can barely tell.
Hell yeah, little scars are cool.
Well, he's not afraid of that, but he's afraid of water.
No, he's not afraid of anything. That's what I'm saying. We just haven't really introduced him to it too much.
It's just time to start introducing him to stuff he should be afraid of. Just holding a gun and be like, you should be afraid of this.
It's exposure therapy for your cat.
Start setting off firecrackers.
Run the vacuum 24 hours a day.
He's the one where his hug, he has to get close to and bump heads, foreheads, then he walks away.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's cute.
He's just dapping you up.
Mm-hmm.
It's respectful.
He does. If I don't lean down I just give him the fist, and he bumps it with his head. Dunk.
I was just going to say, my plan for my next pets, because, now I'm starting to look, I think I'm ready for a pet. Summer's slowing down, I have a good winter pet. And I think I'm going to dual wield Chihuahuas next.
Whoa.
And,
dual wield.
Yeah.
Some siblings?
Yeah, some sibs. And I want to get the little baskets for my bike, and then the little dog helmets you can put on them. And
oh yeah,
I want to ride around and do that. So my plan is I want to try to find a Chihuahua that's younger, because when I got Leica, she was already like 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
But if I can find like a at a shelter, or somebody's dog who just they're giving them away for free, I definitely want to.
I gotta imagine just living in any part of the Western United States, you see Chihuahua so much more. At shelters and stuff.
It's awesome. I'm surprised I haven't rear-ended anybody just like grinning like an idiot watching a Chihuahua walk by in the park, because there's just so many goofy looking fuckers out here. I love them.
Oh, well, there you go. Go to the park and just take one.
True.
Yeah. Well,
they grow wild in Mexico.
It's like the old pedophile joke, but it make about dogs instead. Go to the dog park. Which dog's yours? Haven't decided yet. Just a little more wholesome this time.
Yeah, that's what happened to Lady Gaga.
Dog, not a kid. I just like dogs, not kids. Come on.
Dog theft is the funniest thing. Someone running up and stealing a dog. Because they don't even hurt the dog. They just try to sell it.
Yeah, but didn't her dog walker get shot or something? Though?
Yeah, he got shot protecting the dog.
You shouldn't have dogs that are that expensive. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, you have a dog that's worth like $50,000.
I agree too. Mostly because those dogs are little fucking inbred mutants that can barely breathe.
They all get skin diseases and rashes, and their hips just fail, and like they die at 9 years old.
The average breathing sound.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, my uncle paid an obscene amount of money for these. I don't even know what the name of it. It's like some sort of retriever, but it was a purebred. They're like black. Mm-hmm. And both of those dogs have like torn their ACLs.
Oh my God.
Like, and they just like always are getting surgery and shit like that, right? I know, right? Like, I didn't even know that was a common injury, but both those fucking dogs.
That fucking artificial turf.
Yo, I could have been Airbud, but I tore my ACL in puppy kindergarten.
My dog's like Arvidas Sabonis. He could have been Airbud, but he has 2 bad knees.
That's what Nate spent a bunch of money on his dog, and like
B-O-N-E.
He just lets his dog run around in like the bushes, and they have this like pond, and he kept going in there, and then he has like these like rashes and like oozing like pus and shit, and he's taking him to the vet, and it's like cost him so much money, and he bitches about it. It's like, one, don't just let your dog run around and do whatever. When I was there, like Arrow would run into the bush, and Nate would just be like, "Arrow, you're not allowed in there," and like go back and doing what he's doing. It's like, you understand?
Come on now.
He doesn't speak English, right? Like, he doesn't know what you're saying. And then he's just like,
did you ask Nate if he's having dog problems?
Hey,
did you say that?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Let's go. You should use that next time.
What language does the dog speak?
Dog.
Chat for reference.
So you got to bark at
know one of Nate's band, the format, their album is called Dog Problems. Great album.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. Second one, yep. I remember listening to that album right after Virginia Tech shooting.
I listened to that. I listened to that every day on my way to work when my first girlfriend broke up with me.
You know what's funny? The first time I heard the album was every day on my way to work when my brother's girlfriend broke up with him because he drove my ass. It was that and Say Anything. All fucking for like 3 months straight, every day, all day.
I know.
That's when I was like, I'm a fan of Nate with no choice.
That first Say Anything album, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was a great one.
But he got annoying.
It's because he married a Jesus freak.
That's true. Yeah.
Isley.
Yeah.
And on that tour, that tour was with that was Say Anything, Isley, Monine, and Moving Mountains, and Monine and Moving Mountains stayed with my friend Ryan in his apartment that night, so we all got fucked up and had pizzas.
That's cool.
Nice.
And that was also the tour that Max met his wife on.
Wow.
Oh. Boo.
Boo.
Oh, great. Also, it's Max Bemis's Christian wife.
A guitarist left Say Anything. And then my friend Greg from Moving Mountains, Moving Mountains on their first tour where they were headlining stayed with my family, like with all the kids and everything. Like, it was like July and they were sleeping in their van, so we called our parents at like 1 a.m. We're like, hey, we're bringing home a band. They're like, okay. My mom made them like food in the morning and stuff. It was cool.
That's nice.
Awesome.
But Greg ended up joining Say Anything later on when their guitarist left. Cool guys. Say Anything was crazy, or Moving Mountains crazy. It was 4 sound engineers that were in one band.
All I remember about Say Anything was listening to that. What's the song called? Like Alive for the Glory of Love or something like that.
Yeah, great song.
I just remember listening to it. When I first heard it, I was listening to it like just on repeat constantly, and I remember listening to it that song on my way to get my senior pictures taken in 2007. And I remember I was smoking Camel Crush cigarettes, the menthol ones, the little beads in it.
Yep. Yeah. I was talking about those recently on the stream.
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember, that's the only thing I remember about listening to that. Just for some reason, I remember driving to get my senior pictures taken, smoking Camel Crushes and listening to Alive with the Glory of Love on repeat.
I think that's why Say Anything fell off, because they got rid of Camel Crushes.
True. When I briefly smoked, I smoked cigarettes from 24 to 28, which is still hilarious to me. Funniest years to smoke cigarettes. And when I smoked, when I would try to be quitting just half-assedly, but I'd have that night where I go out after work on a Friday, got to buy a pack, right? You never know. But that was my justification pack, is I'm like, if I buy Camel Crush, girls will talk to me. And I was so right. I was so right.
The Camel Crush, oh my God, you have
crushes? I quit,
smoked.
but I want a crush so bad right now. I'm like, oh, well, you're my crush. Here you go.
Did you ever try eating a bead? The bead?
No.
Oh,
I
God.
did not eat a bead.
What are you doing? I only eat the beads.
I was way too poor to sacrifice a cigarette like that.
It made the, well, I wouldn't crush it. I'd smoke it, and then I'd rip it open. But
I would never smoke a crush without crushing it. That's fucked.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I did. But, yeah, it doesn't taste like mint. It tastes like shit.
Yeah. Oh, whoa!
I thought it was going to be like a little. I thought I when I did it, I was expecting it to be like a little Listerine mouth burst or something like that. It was not that.
That's what the rolling paper is a Listerine breath
cigarette, though. There was an actual cigarette that I would buy sometimes if my breath smelled of shit, or I would more bum it for my brother, 'cause he'd have them. But if it was one cigarette we could smoke and your breath would smell better after smoking it, and that was Marlboro Smooth. Like a green pack.
God, I used to smoke those.
Packs. Yep, those literally taste like a fucking York peppermint patty. They were awesome.
I can't believe I smoked those for as long as I did.
Probably the most dangerous thing we've ever put in our body.
Yeah.
Well, you had good breath though.
Yeah,
True.
so that's more important.
Probably didn't even have good breath. Probably smelled like shit to everybody else. But it sure smelled good to my mouth.
Bro, can I bum a cig off you? I forgot to brush my teeth this morning before work.
Literally.
What?
That's why they made it. That's why they don't sell them anymore, because the dentist brought it down. It was destroying the toothpaste.
Yeah, Listerine was jealous that it made everyone's breath smell so good, and it felt good to smoke.
I would go outside when I worked in inpatient psych. I'd go outside the hospital to smoke. That's where I started smoking to get more breaks, like my coworkers. Instead, because otherwise they'd just be like, all out for 15 minutes an hour, and I would be stuck working normally like a normal person. I'm like, well, I'll start smoking as well. Yep. So I did.
That's the trick.
I'd smoke between the buildings, and the next door building was like the partial care. So there's like the day groups where a lot of the patients that would be there for like multiple weeks would be let out, but they'd have to go to like the day group for a while as well, so they have more freedom, but they could go out and smoke and stuff, obviously. But I'd see a lot of patients that were in there for like weeks, and they'd come and be like, Mike, what's up? So cool to see you out here. And I'd be smoking. They'd always be smoking like one of those nasty like pyramids or something, cheap as fuck cigarettes. And I would let them bum like a 27 or a Crush, and it would just make their day. It tastes so good. That was always a good feeling. Promising them to be like, if you go out there and smoke after the day program, I'll see you out there and I'll give you a cigarette, I promise, while they're still impatient. Like, trying to get them to do something. Take this med now. They're like, you promise? I'm like, I swear to God.
I'll give you a cigarette.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll prove it. I'm going to go out and smoke right now. I'll wave to you.
We do have big news. Reach new tier on the Patreon.
Oh my God. We've hit 4,000.
That's right. We got so much money now. It's crazy.
We hit 40K each. We get $40,000.
Oh wow!
Very pog.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But
thank you all
I'm
for
excited.
That,
yeah, thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I'm not excited about having to eat fast food or fast food related items 3 times a week.
You could make it normal. Like, you don't have to eat.
I'm
the whole
going to.
burger.
I know. I'm not. I obviously.
You don't have to. You can get diet soda instead of regular. There are lots of ways to make it.
That's all. It's all I ever do. But like, and I'm not gonna. I don't need to eat the fries. I don't need to do this stuff. But I'm still just not excited about having to be a food reviewer.
True.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Well, Outlaw's watching.
Yeah, he's always watching.
He's always
never
watching.
Not watching. I haven't watched him. I haven't watched him in so long, and like he just never leaves me alone.
Can we get those kids that made the Freddy song to make yours?
No.
Oh my God.
I'll make you a song. I'll make it sound really good.
Thank you.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm not excited about that either.
Very excited.
Yeah.
I hope you make it close.
Outlaw didn't like my theme song. It was fucked up.
I thought that was.
I thought it was really good. I don't know.
It's
just because it had his wife telling him that he's being too loud and she has work in the morning. I don't know why that sample made him not want to use it.
And it's funny
he deleted that VOD, by the way, the one we were talking about with Montana B, because he tried to tell some weird lie that Montana B got banned from a convention to cover for something that we don't know what it was, but he's like been freaking out and like telling people to delete the clips, and he deleted the VOD.
We'll call him Kev. He said, hey, Mike, I want to reach out to you regarding your press application. We'd be happy to welcome back Outlaw Generation back as a standard press. However, I want to talk to you about one of your members. I know that you weren't at the con last year for personal reasons.
Okay. You there?
Yeah.
What else did he say?
So they're asking, so Montana B, it says, last year, Montana B made one of the guests noticeably uncomfortable.
Why?
And the guests brought it up to our attention afterward. Ultimately, we have decided that we would allow your team to come back, but request that Montana B not be involved in any guest interviews. Basically, I guess you in a video. And then he said,
how come?
Oh my God! So wait, Montana B did nothing, and Outlaw probably actually did something.
Yeah, I don't think Montana B did anything. I think
yeah. How about this? Outlaw was playing with his fucking wiener while interviewing.
Yeah, we've seen him.
Actually, true.
Another video that he recut and re-uploaded after we watched it. So he's paying attention, and like he's got some stupid.
Which is funny because that means that clip is up on at least 2 of our VODs right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's
really funny is like that clip of his wife yelling at him. For me, I thought that's as low as it can get, right? That's as low as Outlaw. His wife coming in being like, I know you have nothing to do. Some of us work. Stop being so loud. Let me sleep. And then in the 2 years since then, he's just gotten lower and lower and lower, sunk deeper into the muck. And God bless him.
Fuck, man.
That stupid motherfucker.
Mike Outlaw.
Well, he's been working really hard on being a voice actor, so I don't know why you're not giving him credit for that.
$10. I love on his voice acting shit. He has to use. Somebody told me to use my real name, but please, none of you call me that, or I will ban you. It's so funny. So he's using his real name for a bunch of account names now, but he told people not to write it in chat or refer to him as that, or they will be banned.
James at a Trident, yeah.
He's one of those guys that will say, like, no one knows my real name, and then they'll link their Cash App, and then it's M. Burton, 1982.
No, it's those snowboards.
It's like the
M. Burton with his address.
The Simpsons bit. It's like, well, let's call her L. Simpson. No, that's too obvious. Let's call her Lisa S. That's what he's doing.
Fuck, you're right. Another update for this week. Sadly, Coolio passed away at 59.
R.I.P. Aaron's friend.
Sad.
If you guys remember, do you remember Virgil the wrestler? The famous picture where it's like he's sitting with his meet and greet table and it's empty. And it's like more of a pose picture. Like it was just before the show started or whatever, but it's famous sad image. Virgil uploaded a picture of him and Coolio and says, "Man, Coolio, my brother. We hit it all across the land, man. I'm broken about this. Here is some blonde begging us both for some meat sauce. Rest in peace, my bro."
That's so damn. And it was a picture of Aaron.
So cool.
Yeah.
It was the picture with Aaron.
That was Aaron was blonde.
We fucked this white boy. It was so dope.
We fucked this Canadian white boy. He was barely legal. It was so dope.
One thing I did want to talk about, just not that I want to go talk about out loud, but with the voice acting thing.
Oh, yes.
There's been a big controversy recently because people are starting to realize like how little they're paid. So Crunchyroll does like all the anime dubbing and everything, and they basically just hire people to voice these characters either for a movie or 12 or 24 episodes. And like the movie, these people are getting paid like $150 to basically play the star role in this movie and voice it, and which is not a lot.
No.
And so they're getting in trouble for that and all that. But Outlaw thinks that if he becomes a voice actor and becomes the voice of Goku, he's going to be a millionaire. He's going to be world famous. Everyone's going to know his face and his voice, and he's going to have all this money. And it's like these people, one of these movies, was it Jujutsu Kaisen, made like $300 million, and that person was paid $150 for it.
That's so fucking
Outlaw,
crazy.
Where do you think you're going to be famous? Where do you think you're going to be rich from this, your little hobby?
The upper ceiling is Vic Mignogna, And so as long as he reaches that point and then never does anything weird or creepy at a convention, I think Outlaw will do fine. As long as he behaves normally at conventions.
You know my most unfavorite thing about why I hate watching like up and coming voice actor content like we love to do so much, Shaney and whatnot. Yeah. So many of those guys, like the voice they do is a voice that not only can everybody do, but Seth MacFarlane can do the best, and that's why he does them. Or they can do fucking SpongeBob well. Like, well, that's already a job taken. Yeah. Jason Kenney will do that till he dies.
And they're not going to hire a 50-year-old guy.
Jason Kenney
from
Alberta.
The Alberta guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that it's just like, this is my Cartman. And it's like, great. If one of the guys who voices Cartman never quits the show, then you're going to have a
he's auditioning for the roles of South Parker, and Matt Stone, and Seth MacFarlane. It's like, if South Park keeps going, but both of those guys are dead, I think they're both probably younger. No,
they're probably the same age.
Around the same age, yeah.
Well, they're certainly in better condition than Outlaw.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say Outlaw's gonna outlive anybody the same age as him.
No.
Yeah, they're 52 and 51.
But yeah, it's like it is funny to do those voices of those characters and just be like, I sure hope I can get that role. In what world are you going to take over from the creators and the writers of that show?
There's this website. What
the fuck do you think?
It's called like Casting Couch or something. And you can audition for roles in like YouTube web series shit, like Undertale fan dubs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was T-Con Tony that pulled up a bunch of Outlaws auditions for these things. And they're the worst, just the lowest level of shit. Like,
now I can play Fortnite and drink cola. Yippee!
Like YouTube fan animations about Steven Universe.
Oh my god.
And he's not getting any of the gigs. They give it to someone else every time.
He was teasing.
And if you get it, you make like
I heard him teasing
$8.
the other week when he was teasing, he's like, yeah, this job coming. It's not paid. Well, it might be paid. It might be paid a lot, actually. I can't talk about it, though. Like, okay,
I know you can't talk about it.
Now I can play Fortnite and drink cola. Yippee!
Well, that's the thing is like you could just start a brand new Twitter account. You could be like voice actors for hire and just be like, we are hiring voice actors. Who is interested in it? And he would reply to you with his email and his phone number immediately, being like, I'm interested. Like, okay, thank you, Outlaw. For $30, send us a tape of you recording all these things.
Theoretically, you could get him to say something really stupid and embarrassing. But you don't really have to.
Yeah. I think he kind of already takes care of that.
Tell him to send in a 20-minute long tape, just reading like a book as British Goku.
I'm gonna make him read Hamlet. Every character.
My Dragon Ball Z.
We could make him read like
I can't read
self-help
stuff though.
books.
We've seen him try to read chats.
He can't read. We know he can't read, but like maybe Montana B can read it for him. No, we can get him like a self-help book, like
making Outlaw. That's actually
how
genius.
To grow your self-worth.
Alex had a great idea. Have him read just the most fucking confusing Shakespeare shit, like the real old English shit that's like barely translated to newer fucking
Canterbury Tales.
English. Yeah, Canterbury Tale, exactly. Oh my god, dude, he would get to words and be like, "What the hell is Uri?
What is a forsooth?"
Forsooth, he would not even be able to. He would not even say that even remotely correct. He would
pronounce it they.
He would give up. Yeah, they.
Oh, he would give up for sure. He would look at how many pages are in that book and just go, no shot.
Honor the mother.
Not like he does with TV shows. He's like, "What? How many seasons does that have? 1, 2? How many episodes in each season?" That's what he does when someone tells him to watch a TV show. He's like trying to haggle with them. Like, oh, it's only like 2 episodes per season.
You have a pop culture podcast where you want to talk about pop culture. Also, you don't have a life. You sit in your computer chair every single day, just gaining more mass. What are you doing that you can't just sit there and watch a TV show?
Bouncing your knee and fucking chewing your fingers down to the nubs.
He's been working on his voice acting closet.
Oh, that is true.
Oh no,
he's been working really hard on it. Taping foam things haphazardly to the wall.
We know. I mean, we just know that anyway. That it's all a big metaphor. going into the closet, changing her voice.
He wants to be turned into a baby.
He's trying to be a baby.
Well, that was, to be fair, that was like 13 years ago, and now he's outgrown the idea.
He wants to be a teenager now.
There's a magic spell that can
There's a magic spell that's
going
to turn him into an Asian baby.
Goo goo gaga. That's him doing a sound check.
Fuck.
That's outlaw that's outlaw in his baby voice sound closet. Goo goo gaga.
Again, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I thought his wife yelling at him live on stream, clipped by everybody, sent around, made fun of, would be his lowest moment.
Yeah.
How wrong are we?
Yeah, I
can't believe he's throwing Montana B under the bus.
What's
like
crazy?
Yeah, that's his best
up.
friend, and he did that to him live. And then he tried to defend it by saying, well, I asked Montana B if I could say it on the stream, but Montana B didn't know what it was. He was just like, Montana B, I have some bad news. Should I tell it to you on the stream or should I tell it to you in private? Montana B was like, I guess say it now. I don't know.
Montana B was so worried too in that video.
Yeah, he's like, what happened?
What'd I do?
Because he's just like, I just was standing there. Why am I getting banned?
I was listening to my high-pitched beep in my earbuds.
One beep every 10 seconds.
I was listening to my iDoser for beer.
Oh, man. Remember that? Getting into a mangled drunk driving accident because you're listening to iDoser beer? They make you do the field sobriety test and you pass them. They're like, what the fuck? You were like, it was the sound.
No, they can hear it playing out of the car still, and they charge you with it. You can get a DUI if they hear iDoser coming out of your car.
Passed out because there's the fentanyl iDoser playing out of a wrecked vehicle. He heard the sound, immediately fell on his knees, and then fell into his face.
Yeah,
fell into a seizure.
There's a big pile of people just twitching in front of it every time they come near it.
Turn off the fentanyl iDoser.
It's dangerous for us.
Someone put a clip of the fentanyl iDoser in the OxyContin iDoser
the Cuban government
MP3.
The Cuban government aimed an iDoser that was benzos pointed at the American embassy and made everybody really chill.
Yeah, they gave everyone a headache with the reverse ibuprofen iDoser.
Reverse ibuprofen. Does that sound like?
This is Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
Yeah. It's just Mets.
Yeah, Mets is reverse ibuprofen.
Bunch of Mets
making bird noises. Mets, we need 10 hours of you being a crow.
Like, oh, no problem.
He could be a voice actor.
Yeah,
I mean, he could be like the most annoying guy on a show.
He's literally already cartoonish.
Yeah,
he is Luffy. He loves One Piece.
We should tell him that we should get him into voice acting, and then we should like hype him up so Outlaw sees us hyping somebody else up to be a voice actor, and then he'll feel even worse.
Oh man,
which is what we want.
Yeah, we need to get Mets
well,
competing with him on the Casting Couch website.
Yeah,
to be in YouTube Shorts.
We need to get Mets and Outlaw on the Casting Couch.
Yeah, I want to see them on the Casting Couch.
We're gonna make them take off their shirts and
Outlaw eating a hamburger on the Casting Couch.
God.
I want Mets.
I'm just bringing his own couch in.
I want Mets to travel around with Coach Doug's and Frank the Tank.
Oh,
they're always like losing him and sitting on him and stuff.
Just carrying him in luggage.
Get the hell off me, Frank. Ow, you're on me. You're on me.
Mets could have done that.
Imagine sitting down on a couch and immediately hearing, like, you're sitting on, like, you sit on a blanket, you can't see Mets under because he's so little, and he goes, you're on me.
On me again.
How great is it that
Nightmare
he was
sound.
too big of a freak for Barstool to, like, exploit?
Yeah,
they looked
him
at him
on
and just
thing.
said, "No way, man."
Yeah, he scared them because like if you keep coming here and trolling me, you know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they know he's liable to say a slur live.
Yeah, whichever BuzzFeed guy was looking into that guy for them was like, no, cut it off.
Yeah,
we can't have him. We can't have him.
Frank won't do that. We know Frank is good.
Dude, how much do you want to bet they found him too by just searching like the Mets stink? I mean, we do know one Barstool guy watches our stream. Covertly.
Yeah, and we got
lurking in chat. Guy that loves TikToks. Tom's friend.
That's my guy. Oh, they're all my guys.
KFC
I can't wait to get.
We support those guys because they disappointed Mets.
I admire Barstool because all of them are aware enough that they have to at least appear lib enough to keep their jobs and not get canceled. So even guys like Dave Fortnite were like, this Roe versus Wade shit's fucking ridiculous. Because he buys like 30 abortions a month.
Yeah. Well, he's a Massachusetts guy.
That's why they
cream
moved
pies twice a day to random women.
They want to say they're apolitical, and they voted and supported Donald Trump. But as soon as it becomes,
I don't think they voted.
Well, most of them didn't, but like as soon as it became about abortion and being illegal, they were all just like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I mean, Barstool guys are those perfect guys that move somewhere new, like the first different state they've ever lived in, and never register to vote there. They're like, nah, I'm a visitor. I'm only.
I'm not allowed to.
I can't even vote. I'm not even allowed to. Did you try? No.
No. I don't. They didn't say no.
Yeah, I don't want to do voter fraud by voting in a different state than I was born in.
The perfect American that doesn't even look into like changing their voting card. Just like, no, I can't vote. I just moved here. Like you're not from a fucking other country, dumbass. Go to the office and get it changed.
You have to get your citizenship.
You can write it on the website.
It's really funny in Colorado that people just don't vote because, like, if you have to register to vote, I think, when you get your ID issued or something here. At least that's what I did. And then it's a mail-in state. Like, they literally just mail it to you. You check your boxes, and you put it back in the mail. It's so fucking cool. I don't know why everybody doesn't do it. So there really is no reason not to vote out here. They have so much.
They get so much fucking snow by November sometimes. And they don't want people getting fucked by election day.
Probably. Because we have mail-ins here.
Alaska does mail too, obviously.
We did. I did the mail-in in the 2020 election. I didn't vote.
Did you have to opt into it?
Yeah, I had to opt into it.
Okay,
which is like, you can just go on there and just be like, please mail it to me.
Here they send you a notice. Actually, I just got mine like recently, and they're like, here's your option if you want to vote this way. I'm like, no, I'll go. Places like right across the street, it's fine.
So it's easy, but like, also at the same time, I just don't care.
I like to go talk shit, though, in the lines.
I haven't really paid attention to any Colorado politics. I don't know what the fuck's going on out here.
Go to like midterms and local elections, talk shit to like sheriff candidates. What's up, Piggly Wiggly? I'm not voting for either of you fuckers.
I did get selected for jury duty for my first time a few months ago. And luckily, like, I called and like...
You racist?
Yeah. And I just went on the stand and I did my best Mets impression of him getting banned from a Discord.
Nice.
But I called and they were just like, okay, numbers 360 through 800 do not have to show up. And I was like, oh, nice. Hell yeah. I was like 700.
Clutch.
Yeah, that's what's happened to me every time.
But that's the first notice I've ever gotten, which like I kind of found strange.
Knock on wood, but I've never gotten one. And
I got out of one.
Well, jury duty is something I never want to do because I just think not my problem.
I don't have an attention span. I probably wouldn't be. I wouldn't be able to. I'd be daydreaming, especially if it's boring. Like if it was a cool like murder or something like that.
Yeah, I don't
like
want to be part of a high profile one either though, because then people try to talk to you and dox you and shit.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
I think if I was on jury duty, I would want it to be like a really grisly murder, where like a bunch of people died, so that way it would be interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I hope
at least like 100 people died. Yeah,
I
would want to because then it would be interesting.
I want to be in the Johnny Depp trial so I could see him every day. He looks so good.
I would not want to be on the Johnny Depp trial because you are going to get doxxed by either side of a bunch of psycho weirdo fans.
I would spin it to work out for me.
I would vote for them both.
I love him. I actually.
Oh, but yeah, then you'd get the Amber Heard people after you.
She doesn't have any.
Oh, she's got tons. She's got shooters. Not as much. They're not as
funny
prevalent.
How her name is Amber Heard, but you don't ever hear about her people.
She's got that woman. Well, not anymore, I guess. Like she abused her.
Eve Barlow.
The Eve Fartlow woman who like always is.
They were dating, and then she got kicked out of the court.
If that was her girlfriend, you know, fun.
I mean, for real, that's like Amber Heard's a celebrity.
She was showing her tweets and shit during the trial.
So I know.
Early on,
it's so funny.
Out. That's so awesome.
She wouldn't stop tweeting. She wouldn't stop looking at her phone inside the courtroom.
I love people looking at the obvious when they're like, no one holds their head like this normally. Just looking down at an angle.
That's just me thinking of a funny tweet. Just being like, oh, wait a minute, I can send this real quick. Like, oh,
I need to do it now. It leaves right away.
Before I forget it.
It's not about the trial. It's about something else.
It's a joke. I thought I saw a good picture.
I'm arguing.
I'm on Discord.
Someone argued with me. I'm being beat up in the quote tweets. Hold on.
Hold on real quick. I need to reply. This person's wrong.
I think I'm the main character of the day, so you're going to have to wait.
Sure.
I think I just became the main character of the day. I'm getting beat up in the quote tweets.
Excuse me.
Juror 6, we told you on Instagram. How could I be? I'm holding my phone sideways. I am on a game.
I'm just playing. I'm on a game. It's not Instagram.
I'm on a game.
You ever heard of Raid Shadow Legends?
Telling the judge that? Objection, I'm playing a game. My phone is sideways.
You guys remember that phone game Fun Run?
Was that like Jetman?
Kind of. It was just where you'd race other people. You had little characters. It was like a platforming race, and you just had to like jump over obstacles. And you were actually like, it was like 2013, 2014. I remember playing that game. I don't even know if that's the right name of it.
It was also like it was Temple Run.
Temple Run. Temple Run was the one I played.
I'm sure there are a million clones of it, like every game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now there are.
Temple Run was definitely what I was thinking of. Good game.
Because there's also
it's the only mobile game I've ever
nephew
played consistently.
My nephew had his tablet when I was hanging out with him, and he was playing Subway Surfers. And it's like same game. So
do you remember addictinggames.com?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
yeah. The helicopter game from that ended up being the clone of it was Jetman. That was the Facebook game. Jetman had like a month or two in like summer of 2009 where so many people fucking loved it and grinded it and cared about it because it would show like your scores publicly with all like hundreds of friends and shit. It was sweet.
I remember
my senior year of high school, we took an accounting class, and it was like all my friends and I, and our teacher was like this 75-year-old like woman who came out of retirement, and she like could not hear, could not see anything, and we would just darken our screens and just play addicting games for like 50 minutes, and then the day of the test we would just cheat. Like, what'd you get? We just look at each other's tests and just take the test, and we all got A's.
Oh my God.
We used to fuck around. We got in trouble the one time because my one friend sat on the corner, and it was like this big U, so she could see everybody, but she didn't. And he would crawl under the desks and then like pop out the other side and then crawl back. And one day we were like, what's the most annoying thing we can do? And we decided that was stomping on the ground, like in unison. And so we just, the whole class we just kept stomping on the ground. And this was on the top level. And so there's a classroom below us. And the teacher was furious below us. And so for the next like 2 weeks, we had one of the assistant principals sit in on our class the whole time.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we were crazy.
That was the computer class?
And vice
that was it. It was an accounting class, but we had computers because we had to work with like a program on the computer with accounting. And
was that pretty much like a rule at any school where the assistant or vice principal had to be the bad cop?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had
They're always the most evil.
We didn't have
in elementary school. We had one who was like, he used to work at like a bad kid school. There used to be like a cop or something. So he would just
those ones.
He would act like that. He would act like the bad guy in the Jerry Springer show. I
definitely would notice that.
The bad guy.
Steve Wilkos, the bad guy.
I definitely noticed that. I know you meant the badass guy. I know. I mean, I was homeschooled, but I still would notice that shit. And then when I worked at the schools, it was only a year after high school, and I noticed that big time. Even though the dynamic was different because I was like just a custodian. But holy fuck, vice principals were the ones that had to be like going to a classroom to pull a kid out and expel him.
Our principal never did anything. She just sat in like her office, it seemed. And then she sucked because she got her PhD and she insisted on being called doctor. And like she would do that to parents. Parents would, and it was like that year. That year she got it, and I remember somebody's parents were like, "Oh, Mrs. So and so," and she's like, "It's Doctor So and so." It's like, all right, you're not a fucking doctor.
You're not a doctor. You're a goddamn principal.
If I had a heart attack, you couldn't save me. Shut up.
You don't even need a PhD to do that. You just got it for no reason, just for the salutation.
We had this rumor about our principal. He had this weird, flat, fucked up nose. And there was like a rumor that went around that he used to smoke crack, and somebody hit him in the face with a pipe, but like nobody respected him for that. That was just a rumor everybody had, and they all still just didn't give a shit what he thought. He actually liked me a lot though, so I got away with a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't have. Teachers liked me. I was a fucker. Well, one time
I would have respected him more if he was like Artie Lang.
Collapsed his whole shit. Yeah, he had like an Artie Lang nose. It looked like, but
horrible.
But
ew.
Yeah, one time I was trying to be as annoying as possible, and me and my friends used to sit next to these girls, and we were all really good friends. We would party and hang out after school and stuff like that. And the one girl, she had like the birth control wheel thing with all her birth control pills in her purse, and I took it out of her purse, and I stood up on top of the table in the lunchroom, and I held it up like Simba in Lion King. I was like, birth control! And it was our math teacher, this old bitch who had no eyebrows. She just drew them on with makeup. And she liked me for some reason. I don't know, it was weird. But she came to like walking towards our table to like yell at me for doing that, obviously. And so then I ran around the other side of the table and I went into the boys' bathroom and I was like, "You can't get me in here." And so she had to send the janitor to come in. He's like, "Chet, what are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." And I didn't even get a detention or anything for that. I only got one detention in high school, and that was when. It was at the end. We had two different lunch blocks. The people who weren't in band, and then band had theirs after. And one of our friends who went to the vocational school during the day and then finished the rest of the day at school with his classes, he would come in at lunch on the other lunch that I wasn't at. But it was the end of the year, and I had a study hall at band, so I was like, I'm fucking going to lunch, because we had organized this prank where we told him our senior prank was going to be all of us were going to wear cut off short shorts, jean shorts to school, and we'd all be funny with our super high cut jean shorts. But none of us did it except for him. So I just wanted to be in the lunchroom because he walked in like waiting for everybody to be like, "Ah!" Well, everybody did laugh at him, but then he noticed that none of us did it, and he got real fucking embarrassed and shit because he wore these cut off jean shorts. But the principal, he was laughing at it too, and I was talking to him. He's like, "Wait a second, aren't you in band?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you have a permission to be here?" I was like, "Nah." He's like, "Got to give you detention, man. I'm sorry." And so then the detention, I literally went to his office, and it was me and this one other kid who always got detention. And the one kid was telling me about how to finger a girl for about 20 minutes. And then the principal came in. He's like, "All right, you guys can go." And that was all the detention was.
Jesus Christ. That's awesome.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
That was fun high school. For me, at least.
Did that kid have detention all the time for fingering girls?
No, but I think he was fingering more girls because they thought he was badass for all the detentions he got. He also was really good at mat ball, which is our indoor version of kickball.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And he used to do this thing called a suicide, where he wouldn't stop running even if you like had the ball. And he was one of those kids who had like the really baggy, saggy pants with a belt, but he still had to like pull them up. But he was incredibly aerobatic and like athletic, and so he would just like run at people and just juke them out and spin around them, or he'll jump over a ball like close range. It was crazy. It was some of the most.
I love guys like that.
Yeah, he was great. It was the spectacle of recess in middle school and early high school. That's for sure.
In sixth grade, we had this gym teacher who was like an ex-military guy, and he was very serious. And he would make us all line up and stand at attention like we were soldiers. And we were talking and like not paying attention, and he got so mad that we were supposed to play mat ball, and instead we were all still standing there, and he just walked around the whole gym picking up the mats and then slamming them back in the pile as loud as he could, like having a temper tantrum. And it was like 40 minutes of that.
That's so good.
Just getting mad at a bunch of 11-year-olds for not being respectful.
I love having a temper tantrum at 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
God.
Being a grown-ass man. Fuck, that's
was
so
so funny.
awesome.
Just not being able
crazy.
to like reconcile your own feelings.
I can't imagine getting mad at kids like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was so normal when you're a kid to see like someone in their 40s or 50s or 60s just lose it at a 9-year-old for
also,
like
it's gym
not
class.
looking in the right place.
Yeah, it's fucking gym class. Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No one's getting hurt. They're just like talking to each other.
Like 2 minutes ago, an F-22 flew right over my building. It was 2,400 feet, and it was going 409 miles per hour. So fucking loud.
Where's it going?
It's already back at the base that it took off from.
I gotta start tracking those flights because there's all sorts of crazy shit that I see flying over here. Because
you should start tracking flights, including your own.
Hey. Yeah, all right. Hey, don't worry. I made up for it. I did, but it's fine.
That was a fucking underhand to Tom.
Yep. No, I just put it on a T for you, even.
You want to explain for the listeners what we're talking about?
Yeah, so I bought some tickets to go see a couple bands in Chicago back in August, and that was supposed to be 2 days ago as of this recording. And my flight was at 5:30 a.m., and my plan was to take the first train from downtown at 3 a.m. to get to the airport instead of by 4 and then get on my plane or whatever. And at midnight, I was like, damn, I don't think I'm going to want to pull an all-nighter here. I'm pretty tired. I'm just going to take a nap. And so I set like 6 alarms to take like a 2-hour nap, and I woke up at the exact time that my flight was leaving the tarmac. So
God, that's such a bad feeling.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But the good news is it wasn't a very expensive flight. It was very cheap, and I was able to sell my tickets for the show to somebody too, and I made somebody's day because the show was sold out, and they were very stoked about it. So, it's good though. It's fine. It's fine though.
Luckily it was just for like a little leisure trip and not like a funeral or something.
Yeah, and like I was I'm mostly bummed out that I just didn't get to hang out with my buddy who lives there because I haven't visited him since he moved to Chicago yet. But hey, it is what it is. It worked out. I mean, it worked out fine for me. I cleaned my car really nice the other day because I had nothing to do.
Bought some plants.
Yeah, I got some plans.
You got lured into some guy's apartment.
Lured into some stranger's apartment.
Yeah, I've been getting lured.
A pretty good week.
Wow, yeah,
I've been getting lured a lot.
Yeah, it's probably really easy to abduct me.
Really, man, you're lucky you're big.
Wow. Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, that's the thing. If I was a small person, or if I was like a small woman, I would be all over the news.
Or not. You never found.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would get Brian laundried so fast.
You see Chet walk into this guy's apartment, and 20 minutes later, he's just fucking completely entangled in vines. He can't get out. I told you I had houseplants.
No, you remember that clip from Cops where that guy is showing the cops all of his snakes in his shrine and shit like that? It was like he was like that guy. Like that's who he reminded me. He was like, oh, look at that, this guy I got here in Mexico, and then he's got like a bull skull or whatever hung up there with like dream catchers and shit. It was pretty surreal.
Those classic cops. There's a classic cops YouTube channel that only does like up to 2002 or something. Mm-hmm. It's good.
God, I love that.
Are you allowed to bring a snake over the border?
Probably not.
No, that seems like one thing that you would not let people bring over the border from Mexico is a live snake.
Yeah, someone did that with brown tree snakes and fucking wiped out all the birds in Guam.
Yeah.
Because like even plants are like plants are invasive.
It's just two snakes. It's a male and a female.
What can they do? What's the worst that could happen? There's a billion birds on this island. It's fine.
The birds will team up and take out the snakes. If
That's the saddest
happens.
shit. Literally, when you go to Guam, even when I lived there, when you go to Guam, the birds you see, you're fucking 9,000 miles from home, and the birds you see are fucking sparrows and crows.
Yeah, it's only the ones that can live with humans.
At least we have flying foxes there though that come out in the day and shit. Those are sweet.
They should bring eagles and stuff.
True.
Yeah. Because there are rats there, right? They must have brought in rats.
There's a few more things there, but yeah,
they should bring more predators.
But remember,
like owls and stuff, because they can't eat other little birds, but they can eat rodents.
Guam has like scary animals in the jungle though, like boars chase you, and there's monitor lizards that have eaten toddlers.
Damn.
Imagine kicking
Jurassic Park
shit.
Yeah, that would.
I mean, there's fucking Komodo dragons. We found a monitor lizard once that was like 5 feet long. It's crazy. Laying in the ditch.
My brother lives in Laos, and that's just what the jungles are there. It's just like unexplored land. There's mines everywhere.
Fucking
there's unexploded bombs, and then just like animals. Just animals that can kill you.
That's the worst.
Full
like,
venom and spikes.
All across that region is the fucking mines, dude.
Yeah,
one of the worst inventions humans ever made.
And so some of those unexploded bombs, they're like the shape and size of a tennis ball. And so many kids growing up would just be like, oh, that's a ball, and like pick it up or like kick it, and it would explode. And so you just see all these people in these villages, just like missing a hand or a foot.
Christ.
And who did that? Come on, Vietnam, you bastards.
You fuckers. I mean, that's why I said it earlier on my stream, and I mean it. Frick America, dude. It's not TOS. I'm allowed to say I'm American.
Did you get in trouble for streaming Smoking Aces?
What'd you say?
Did you get your other account in trouble for playing Smoking Aces?
I don't have my VOD saved. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he said something about seeing 6 weeks or something. Like I thought he got suspended or something, but I don't know.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you in 6 weeks. I'll see you in 7 weeks. We do this every week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See you next week, 6 weeks.
All weeks.
Listen to this and then listen to the one in 7 weeks. No, but you can stream whatever you want as long as you don't have VODs and nobody's like actively reporting you, and it's not something that people care about. Like if you stream the UFC, they're very adamant about trying to hurt you. If you're streaming Smoking Aces, I don't think anybody's trying to get you.
I'm streaming Smoking Aces in like 720p from Azerbaijan. Cool. Also, great film. We had a fun time watching it.
Mm-hmm. Common's trying to take you down.
Common W. Had to say it.
I think we should do a live reaction to the new Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
God, no,
it's a good idea.
That sounds so boring.
I'm gonna be the Star Wars guy crying. Fucking red-eyed.
Yeah, we should do a live reaction to the Game of Thrones, to the new Star Wars show, and then something else copyrighted.
Yeah, we should watch The Mandalorian on stream.
You guys want to watch all the Marvel movies on stream in a row, starting with Iron Man?
Yes, absolutely. We should watch them in chronological order.
Live. How long can we stay live before we get banned?
Probably into Captain
I think we'd
America.
actually be.
I think we'd watch. We'd get Iron Man, and then like probably like maybe two more before anybody realized.
We should do it in reverse order November, then, so that way, like, the most expensive one is Endgame, right? So we should watch that one first.
There was
because, like, we wouldn't want to watch the cheapest one first and only watch that one.
I think Marvel would care more because it's more Disney shit, but there was a streamer last November during his subathon that watched Lord of the Rings on his main channel in Just Chatting, and he watched the entire thing, and he just deleted the VOD the next, because he was doing a subathon, so once they hit 48 hours, he just deleted that VOD, but he didn't get banned. He finished his subathon. He did like another week of streaming, and he never got banned for it. That's fucking insane.
Well, you know why?
All the Lord of the Rings movies in a row.
You know why? It's because Amazon owns Lord of the Rings now. So
true. Maybe they were like, "This is marketing."
Yeah, this is we got this. We can show all this.
It is funny though. He had between 11,000 and 15,000 viewers for that entire viewing, and that shit did not get taken down. Actually insane. And he was streaming it from like Prime, but not Watch Party.
Especially because like. There's even in like 100-person chat, there's always one person that's just like hitting report. Just some teen going in there and be like, let me report you.
Yeah, it's Alex. It's teenage Alex from another.
Alex is streaming, hosting it, and reporting it.
No, they didn't really have reporting stuff when I was a kid.
No.
I missed out on it.
It's just so hit or miss anyway, though, because there's still 24/7 channels in Just Chatting playing whatever show. Like,
yeah. Well, I guess again, it just matters if anybody cares about taking it down.
If you're watching like Malcolm in the Middle, no one really gives a shit. If you're watching an anime, one of those companies is gonna fucking take you down.
Yeah, it's because they own, like, they're very strict about it.
Yeah. What's the big company? The giant
you have to mute it and dub it yourself.
What's the giant one that owns like almost all the rights to that shit?
Now it's Crunchyroll, because it's like Funimation and Crunchyroll. I think Crunchyroll bought Funimation, so now it's like Crunchy, I want to say. And they have a monopoly.
That's exactly why I never watch any sort of anime. I never read manga. I won't be tempted to watch it on stream and get banned.
Yeah, but anything like that's live or like relevant to like pop culture today is going to get banned immediately. But like you could watch, Malcolm in the Middle. You could watch like old episodes of House, and I don't think anybody would give a shit.
You could watch old episodes of The Simpsons. Man.
Somebody took us down for old like 12 hours with a fake DMCA. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I do.
That was for the news, right?
Yeah, that was for the news.
That was for the news, but
that was for the
fake one, but from that right wing group.
February 2020, we got taken down because it was the debates, presidential debates, right? The primary debates, for and that was funny because everybody got banned.
Yeah, someone was sending people fake DMCAs saying they were from like NBC News or something.
Whatever we were watching, CBS or whatever the fuck is on.
But it wasn't actually them. It was someone spoofing an email, and they realized it later.
The group doing it was that right-wing funded group that was going around doing it to every sort of left-ish on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, they were, and that kind of like changed, like, so I think honestly some of the DMCA stuff because like
it was too easy.
Like they would just immediately take you down, and then like,
I'm kind of sad about it now because I would love to take people down fakely. Not that I ever wanted to be TOS, but
so we're martyrs.
Why wasn't that us?
We're martyrs.
We are martyrs.
We should have pretended to be martyrs. CBS. We should have taken Hassan down. And then, so people had to watch us.
I was laughing the other day because I saw in this clip of our everyone's favorite boy Destiny talking about Hassan and Chapo. No, it wasn't Hassan Chapo. It was Cumtown and Chapo. But he was saying like everybody on the left enjoys those shows, and they often say the N-word for their entertainment. And it's like, okay, well, find me one Chapo episode where they mutter the N-word, and I will give you $10,000 because I would have heard that clip 1,000,000 times by now.
Yeah. As for Cumtown, there are some.
Cumtown, no comment.
I got nothing. One guest in particular. I can remember one guest who said that word. On that show.
Mr. Stinky.
Mr. Stinky. But other than that, I can't remember any.
True.
He had a good post about how cheating is going to happen in any relationship.
Oh,
you just need to accept it.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Speak for yourself, brother.
Being a big fat Homer Simpson guy, cheating's just a matter. It's just a fact of life.
Sitting in my living room with like a foot,
cheating is just a fact
of water.
Life.
It's a fact of life, and well, frankly, it can't be helped, so you can't get mad at me.
It happens in all relationships. We just need to embrace it.
Gargling his own
That's me doing his voice now.
The nuclear family is a myth.
Hey, do you know what the funniest thing is about the Try Guys thing? The fact that their wives had a little group too called Try Wives, because that's what that guy did. Tried someone else's. The Try Wives. Don't mind if I do.
Hey, he went from being a try guy to a dry guy because he's not getting pussy anymore.
Dry Dick Rando. Remember that?
Dry Dick Rando.
Do you remember that guy was faking? Remember that guy was faking his cougar-aged aunt to try to get dates via Twitter, and he changed her at to Dry Dick Rando.
Yeah,
it was me. That was me. I did that.
That's so cringe to think about. That his aunt that he used her pictures of just didn't know anything about Twitter, and he's posting about.
Sucks.
He's posting as her doing weird Twitter stuff.
Your dick is supposed to be
That's another
dry.
tale for another episode.
Like
That's
you're just
weird Twitter
next time.
What is the implication? Like you're getting pussy, you pull out, you don't take a shower, you don't wash. You just got like pussy boogers and stuff on your dick. You're walking around.
My next Fortnite name. What's up, pussy boogers?
Oh, babe, you got boogers in your pussy.
Make it sneeze.
I come poop. I come poop. You know? You got to wash your dick off.
Oh, I love that Cannibal Corpse song.
Like the amount of boogers and poop that are on it, like after you get done, is just like ridiculous.
Well, that's why you gotta pee after sex.
You're just walking around wet. Yeah, it's cool? Very important for men to pee after sex.
A lot of people from that era of Twitter, that was like the big, that was, I guess, like the peak of scold Twitter, when like people were just going around looking for things to be mad at. Unlike now, when they never do that. But you know what I mean? It was Tumblr. It was post-Tumblr era when Tumblr refugees came over. But all those people that talked like that are still like sort of like that, but like trapped in time. It's pretty sweet. I like it.
I'm happy for them. It seems like a good way to live your life.
Shout out J.K. Rowling. No, not that. Not shout her out. Hey, pray for Florida.
Yes. Yep.
That's really fucking scary and sad. On there. You're gonna hear this.
Bad.
You're gonna hear this episode a few days from now, but holy moly! I hope if anybody there, you are safe, or it's not too bad.
Probably tomorrow.
It's all pretty flooded, and then it's gonna hit me.
Yeah.
Be careful.
This whole weekend is just gonna suck. It's gonna be rainy.
Tom's gonna have to go out in the fucking pouring rain and mow his lawn.
I gotta go shovel my lawn.
Get all the blades with fucking grass cemented on it.
Oh, just fucking rain. Just wet grass caked on the.
Do the dad special and mow the wet lawn.
God damn.
I have to do that occasionally. It sucks.
Tom's like in a valley with a lot of trees though too, right? Like
so like my grass does not dry.
Dude, don't dox him.
Damp. No man, it's only me that's gonna find him with that information. I actually have a ridge to my northeast. It's about 600-foot rise, and very few trees at the top. I think you'll know when you see it.
I know Herschel Walker said there are a lot of trees in Georgia, so it must be close to there.
Yeah, he's so fucking smart.
Don't we got enough trees here?
I love when somebody's like, why'd you put a gun in your wife's mouth? Or whatever. He's like, listen, let's all pretend we haven't done that before. The first person that's done that, go ahead and say something. But I think we've all been that angry before, as we are all human.
Let you without sin cast the first bullet.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
It's like, all right, cool.
All right, we'll cast a stone. I've never put a loaded gun in anybody's face or mouth.
It's like, yeah, you know what? He's right, everyone.
It would be so funny if he was in the Senate. That would be crazy.
Unloaded for sure, though. You got to meme sometimes.
I mean, at this point, it's not even that crazy. It would be a little bit crazy. No. Yeah, he would say some pretty funny stuff.
It would be crazy, but then, Tommy Tuberville's there. Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene gets out of her kennel.
I don't even want to.
She got dumped.
I don't even want to hype it up, but any sort of race going on for the next midterms and shit, the next elections are going to be so entertaining. There are so many fucking dummies that are like not only trying to be Republican congressmen or representatives or senators, but there's already people that are there that are just so crazy compared to last time.
Yeah, there's no barrier to entry anymore, unless you're a Democrat.
Fuck no. That's true.
Then you have to go to the right colleges and stuff. But if you're a Republican, you can just be some guy who screams the loudest.
Here's the thing. In these Republican races, I hope they all trip. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Everybody have a nice day. Thank you for listening.
Love you.
Love you and peace.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.